Good morning, guys. Should say good afternoon. It is like 3 in the afternoon. Today we're up here in Cincinnati, the home of the Bengals. This like right on the edge of Cincinnati and Newport's like right here is Ohio, and over yonder is like Kentucky. You got the aquarium right there. If you guys can see it, it's got that shark poked up over there. Chill place. Then you got the big Newport like cinema plaza thing. That whole thing over there is just kind of the plaza. I was gonna talk about flock cameras and junk, because I mean, I know anyone who might be watching this has probably seen the Jigsaw Bread video talking about all of them, and I know Matthew Woods just hopped on that too. So I thought it was my turn. What is this? I haven't seen this thing in ages. I got a big old bundle of 6 of the Knacks in the middle. Lucius Quintius Cincinnaticus. Circa 458 BC, the legendary Roman is seen here after he had defeated the, we're not even going to try that word, and rescued the trapped Roman army. With one hand he returns the fasces, symbol of power, as appointed dictator of Rome. His other hand holds the plow, and he resumes life. So, our city was named in 1790 by Governor Arthur St. Clair, member of the Society of the Cincinnati and Order of Revolutionary War Officers. His first president was George Washington. Given to the city to honor the volunteering spirit of the citizen soldier Cincinnatus, by members and friends of the Cincinnati Association, 1984. Wow, big old boy. So if you guys didn't know, flock cameras, might be wondering what they are, because obviously the video is talking about them, but who knows, maybe you haven't heard all the news going around about them. So basically flock cameras are, the great use of AI, yet again, AI strikes yet again. I'm not the biggest supporter of AI, it helps every now and then, but it's kind of like, if you begin to abuse AI like anything, you become reliant on it. Like, don't get me wrong, man, I use Google and junk for a lot of school projects, but I mean, you're supposed to use that for researching and such. But like I said, I couldn't tell you like anything I actually learned. We're gonna be going to UC, like University of Cincinnati, grab some lunch too, because I'm hungry. The flock cameras essentially are these AI-powered cameras that are going to be posted up like absolutely everywhere. They're already posted up all around, even over here in Indiana, cornfield like habitat. So basically, what they're gonna do is always record what you're doing. Like, they are never powering off. They're solar powered. You can always distinguish them. Like, you got your normal security cameras which look like, this, and then you have your flock cameras which look a lot more like this. You can see there's a big solar panel up on it. The whole thing about it is, like, they're going to be recording every single thing you do at all times. It's never powering off. It stores up all that power from the sun and everything in the solar panel, and then uses that throughout night. So the problem I have with this whole thing is, like, let's say that I was going to do completely legal things, because I always do completely legal things. I would never speed or do anything illegal. It's not me. But let's just theoretically say that I wanted to, okay? I would not be able to do that, because these flock cameras are going to always be recording everything that I'm going to be doing. And not only are they going to be recording, but they're going to be building a portfolio on you, your vehicle, anything on your vehicle, your clothing, stuff like that. And it's going to be giving it to the police. So the police are actually, like, the flock cameras are not actually owned by the police. They're owned by this company, Flock Security, I think it's called. The police will pay so much, like monthly or whatever, I guess, or annually, to get the flock service of recording to help, put away the bad guys. And I'm not a fan. If you guys also haven't seen, like, there's videos of these guys taking them down and everything like that, like going on all black attire, covering their face, stuff like that, sawing through like the cameras that are posted up and then throwing them on the ground and recording and posting it. Now, not to say that I'm for it or against it, but like, I'm just saying, if you want to go up and try to build like a giant portfolio about everyone in the, nation, then, it's bound to happen. I'm all for respecting the law and such. I'm a big advocate for the law is the law, kind of like Batman teaches us when we're little. Like, the law is the law, no way around it. What's wrong is wrong, what's right is right. But I'd be lying if I said that it didn't make me feel like we were living in some dystopian world, having to have these flock cameras that are going to be telling us what, they're going to be recording us and like keeping track of where we are. I feel like it's taking away from the freedom of the U.S. citizenship and making it more like a dictatorship, like we're going to be living over in North Korea. But also, and another thing about it is like, there's already been reports of like officers of the law, the people that are supposed to be using these things properly and for good and everything, using the flock cameras to spy on exes and such. I saw a news story about it like 2 or 3 days ago. So supposedly that's happening. I mean, allegedly and all. But let's assume that it like goes to court and everything and that it comes out they officially were, such like that. Why is it that we as citizens are going to have these cameras in our lives when we can't even trust somebody like the cops to use them? If we put these AI cameras and such, these flock cameras, into our daily lives to try to catch people that are speeding and stuff down the highway, I mean, I understand the purpose of it and why we have it, so we can try to keep the streets safer for other drivers and everything like that. It makes perfect sense of why we're getting them, but the issue I have with this, it's like infringing on my capabilities to have fun on the road. How is it that we're going to be able to trust that these things are being used properly when we can't even trust the police to use them properly, evidently? It makes no sense to me. Dang! Look at that mural! So look how pretty this place is. And look at that Kroger. That's a Kroger, bro. That ain't a Kroger, bro. I'm joking. That's Kroger corporate. Dude, you could spot that Kroger corporate building from everywhere, dude. That thing is so bright. If you were to go up to like the hills or whatever up by University of Cincinnati, then you could definitely see that thing like light pollution at night. It's insane. Like you can tell it like and distinguish it more than the actual city itself. Dude, they getting jiggy with it. Look at them over there, having the time of their lives. And it's the fact that it's recording everyone nonstop. So whether like you were being illegal or not, anything like that, if you were just minorly speeding, like maybe 10 over, just trying to pass a car, and the flock camera caught you, and it were to trigger something, and it, like let's assume it just didn't give you details or whatever, and just told the officers you were speeding excessively, bam, you have like a what, probably $300 ticket over here in Cincinnati. I think they're like $300 tickets for speeding. But think about how absurd that is. Just imagine how much that's gonna make this less of a free country. Like, God bless the USA. Imagine how much of a worse country it's gonna be with people having to walk on eggshells and stuff like that, rather than living in the free country that we're supposed to be living in. We're gonna be basically taking ourselves from the normal country of United States, freedom for all, freedom and liberty and all that, and turning it into just communist Russia. It's going to be just like, I think it was George Orwell who wrote 1984, but it's going to be just like that. Flock cameras are very interesting, but eventually they're basically going to be posted up like everywhere. Like almost every traffic light, they're going to be posted up. I saw this video earlier today when I was kind of doing a little bit of like intel on what this whole flock camera situation is. There was a man, it was probably actually like the state, but there was a like speed check, like, hey, slow your speed down, like you're going too fast. You know those big signs and everything, they're like digital clocks that just show you your speed, and they tell you to slow down if you're like going 8 over or whatever. So I was watching one of those, and then it showed that on the back end somebody cut open into the metal paneling and then decided that they put a flock camera on the other side, so that when somebody would drive past, it would immediately go to a flock camera. Let's say they put it in a school zone, and it is a, I don't know, Sunday morning, 7 a.m., okay? That's before even church starts. Let's say that the speed is going and you're just like cruising at like 40 mile an hour because obviously nothing's going on. Whoa, hello. There's gonna be a flock camera picking up your speed and reporting you to the police as reckless driving, and not only are you gonna be getting something like a speeding ticket, but because they're probably gonna have it programmed to be in that certain spot and be registered as a school zone, and they're not gonna be worried about the day and time and stuff like that, it's probably going to say that you were like doing reckless driving and, you know, stuff along the lines of like driving in the school zone dangerously, which is definitely going to get you back, like a big thing, big punishment or big case or whatever. We in the ghetto, you in the ghetto, in the ghetto. It's gonna be a very interesting thing to have to like end up living with, because like I've not heard a single person, all 4 of them, on top of like, imagine we're going to get to that point where we have to tell our kids, like, yeah, I grew up at a time when there weren't flock cameras and there weren't people watching our every move. They're going to be like, whoa, that's awesome. We're like, yeah, it was kind of crazy. And here we are, guys, the not so beautiful campus of University of Cincinnati. I come up here all the time, and I'll tell you what, this place is shoddy. Scary place to be sometimes. All my friends like live up here, go to school here and everything. It is a dangerous area from what I've been told. Dude, that Canes over there, you guys see over there all that Canes and Rowdy Paul and everything like that. Dude, that place, dangerous place to be, people trying to shake you down up there. No diggy. But while we come up to this stoplight, I should remind you guys, you know, Guiding Cross, that Christian clothing brand company, they're nice enough to give me a sponsorship and all. You know, you guys want some GSC clothing and everything? 25% off. Use my code HM25 at Guiding Cross. Won't regret it, I'm telling you what, boys. Oh, what the flickin' flickle, dude. This is ridiculous. Who put all this construction in the way? You know, you guys will not learn until you go to college. It's like, granted, I didn't go to college, I went to the workforce, but like being up here with my friends all the time and everything. You know what? Like, people will talk about how there's a lot of drinking at college and everything, but what they won't tell you is how the college economy cannot run without college kids buying alcohol. If college kids did not buy alcohol or get high or whatever, none of these buildings would be able to like survive at all. There is seriously an entire economy here just being ran by alcohol itself. Watch this, guys. I'm not putting up with all this junk. I am not putting up with all that traffic, bruh. I'm going straight on the sidewalk. Who gonna stop me? Ain't gonna stop me! I am not waiting all day. Speed bump. Oh no! No! They got him! No! I'm sorry. I'm sorry, sir. Can't believe you let them catch you like that. You should have ran. You should have ran. You should have ran in that beat up old red pickup. If you were to take I-74 all the way up to Cincinnati, which is the road we're on right now. See, west I-74. If you were to take this all the way up to Dent, Ohio, there's a big straightaway right after Colerain Avenue, where if you really wanted to, you could go the speed limit of 160 mile an hour. Plus, you know, speed limit is actually just a suggestion, if you didn't know. Ma'am, what are you doing, dude? You need to lock in. Get me away from this woman. Put your hands on the dang wheel, dude.